So let's start with the conversion part. I mean, how to convert a relationship from one type to another type. So I'll first start with the conversion of lookup relationship to the master detail relationship. So let me first of all, go to the schema builder so that I could identify. We have three objects. We created three different relationships. Okay, sorry, two different relationships. Then let me check out what type of relationships is between the candidate and the position and the hiring manager. So I'm just bringing these three objects on the canvas. So now, I could see that between hiring manager and the position, we have this lookup relationship. And then between this candidate and the position, we have a master detail relationship, right? Now our first target is to convert a lookup relationship into the master detail relationship. Someone of you has mic on. Okay. Fine. So our first target is to convert a lookup relationship into the master detail relationship. Okay. So see, there's a lookup relationship. Let's now talk about this. There's a lookup relationship between the hiring manager and the position. You see that there's a lookup relationship between the hiring manager and the position object. Let's now convert this into the master detail. See, whenever we convert a lookup relationship, whenever we convert, this is presently a lookup relationship. And whenever we convert this into the master detail, there's a certain consideration that we should be, we should be aware of that. The first thing is that this is not for you, hiring manager and which object, position object. Okay, fine. Yeah. So the first thing is that, whenever we are trying to convert this from the lookup to the master detail, the first thing is that now we should associate each child record with a parent record. That is, every child must have a parent before the conversion, before the conversion. We must go for this. So let me go with this setup menu, because I could see that, position is the child object in this case. Hiring manager is the parent. We could identify this from one to many relationship. One is always from the parent and many is always from the child side, right? So position is your child object. Let me first of all go to the position object. And I just wanted to verify that, let's see this all of the account, all of the position record, and every position record must have a parent and a hiring manager associated with. So HTML programming, I could see Java developer, I could also see Java tester and Oracle. For this particular position, sales manager, I could now see that there's no such parent record is being selected. No hiring manager is selected for this. That means this particular position record, sales manager, right now it doesn't have any parent. But whenever we are trying to convert this relationship, whenever we are trying to convert a lookup relationship into the master detail, the first clause is that inside the child object, for every record, for every of the child record, there must be a parent. There must be a parent. Fine. So let's now do that. So now here I could see that, let's edit the sales manager record. We could see that there is no hiring manager selected for this, right? There's no hiring manager selected for this. So let me go to this particular lookup icon and I would select this. Now why it's giving me Chennai location? Because see, in the last lecture, we have created one of the association, that's this kind of association we have created. And moreover, we have applied one of the filter over here, that the location of the position with same will be the location of your hiring manager. And that is because it's actually, we selected the location as to be the Chennai, that's why it's giving me the hiring manager name as to be Mr. Sachin, because he belongs to Sachin. He belongs to Chennai. Rather, this a person is responsible for Chennai locations positions. Okay, so I'm selecting the hiring manager, and let me now save this. If now I go to the position object, and if I try to see all of the position records, I could now see that, these many, these many are the position records. And now all of them, have a hiring manager. All of them actually is having a hiring manager. Every position record now has a hiring manager. Every child record now have a parent record. चलो, तो यहाँ पर अगर आप एक चीज गौर करो, if just a matter of 2 or 3 position records, तो मैं मैनुअली उसको इस तरह से कर दूंगा. Actually, there was only one position, ना सेल्स मैनेजर ही इकलौता पोजीशन था जिसके लिए यहाँ पे previously this was the record which doesn't have any parent record that was associated with this. तो वो तो चलो ठीक है, मतलब एक या दो records थे तो we could done it manually. Now let's talk about this situation. The real time pay, if you have thousands of the record with you, if you have probably 50,000 record, for example, in the real time, you are trying to convert this relationship lookup into the master. And for example, you are having this object position object, and then inside the position object, you see that there are 50,000 of the records. And out of that 50,000, there are 20,000 of the records are there. Let's assume that, because I'm trying to actually tell you something before that I'm creating the scenario. Okay, what we should do in such scenario. So let's take this as an example. Okay, your position object in the real time is having 50,000 record. Now, out of that 50,000, you came to know about that there are almost 20,000 records are there. For those record, there is no such parent. There is no hiring manager associated to it. But because we wanted to convert this relationship, it's very essential that every child record must have a parent. How you are going to update these many records in the bulk? For example, you have 20,000 records that needs to be updated. अभी एक या दो थे तो it was quite easy for me. I just open this record, make the edit button. In fact, यहाँ से भी कर सकता हूँ inline editing. I just edit and then I save it. It's a matter of 2 to 3, 5 to 10 records. I can do it manually. But if I have 20,000 records that needs to be updated, and all of that 20,000 record doesn't have any hiring manager. How we are going to perform this mass update operation? How we are going to perform this bulk update operation? Can we follow this procedure? Where the obvious answer is no. Why? Because it's a time-consuming process. How could you simply open each and every record out of the 20,000 and then you will make the update? This is going to take 2 to 3 days for this, and after 3 days you probably convert the relationship. That to be if you are working 8 to 9 hours, 8 to 9 hours doing the same thing and doing the same thing again and again and again. So obviously there must be some solution for that. If at all I wanted to update the records in the bulk, and I wanted to associate 20,000 position record with the hiring managers, I wanted to make this update on the bulk operation. What are the possible solutions inside the Salesforce? That is why there's a table over here. So see, whenever, how to perform the bulk import and export operation. Importing means something we wanted to import. Export something we would like to export from the Salesforce. Whenever you wanted to perform the operations, insert, update, every kind of operation in the bulk, these are the different possible solutions. There is no need to do it manually. So whenever, like for our case, for our example, what I have taken, we have 20,000 records. 20,000 records हैं ऐसे जिनके parents नहीं है. There are 20,000 position records. For these 20,000, you now need to associate a hiring manager accordingly, depending upon the location. जैसे चेन्नई लोकेशन के लिए सचिन लाकड़े सिलेक्ट किया अभी अपन. So depending upon the location, or rather चलो जो भी है, whatever the filter condition, वो एक अलग उसको साइड में रखते हैं अपन थोड़ी देर के लिए. वो important क्या है कि there are 20,000 records that needs to be updated. For these 20,000 records, we now should update the parent for him. तो कैसे करेंगे? क्या आप उसको मैनुअली करोगे? The obvious answer is no. There must be some way to do that. And that way, not one way, not two way. Actually, 5 अलग-अलग तरीके हैं इसके. 4 लिखे, एक और लिखता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे. There are 5 different ways to perform this. Whenever you wanted to perform any operation, insert, update, you wanted to import and export operation, जो कुछ भी आपको operation है, you wanted it on the bulk amount of data. 1000 भी है तो भी bulk है मैं कहता हूँ. In fact, 500 या 300 भी है तो भी मैं कहता हूँ bulk है. Simple 100 भी है तो bulk है. Why should I repeat this process 100 times? मैं ऐसा 100 records से क्यों open करूँ? When I have all these tools, why should I do that? 50 भी है तो मैं वही करूँ. In fact, 20 भी है तो मैं यही करूँगा. Why should I, why should I waste my time? मैं क्यों अपना समय वेस्ट करूं when I know how to perform import and export, how to perform insert and update operations on bulk amount of data, right? चलो, तो वो क्या तरीके हैं? सबसे पहले आपका डेटा इंपोर्ट एंड एक्सपोर्ट विजार्ड है, ठीक है? दिस इज एन बिल्ट इन टूल इनसाइड द सेल्सफोर्स, ये सेल्सफोर्स के अंदर ही होता है. लेट मी शो यू दैट. इफ यू गो टू द सेटअप मेनू, if you go to the setup menu inside the data administration, data management, data management. See, in the data management, you have something called as data import wizard, and then you have something called as data export wizard. These are the two wizards. So it's a built-in tool inside the Salesforce. Now, using this, if you use this data import and export wizard, how much amount of data? Now, how much amount of data you could migrate, or you could import or export? You could export up to 50,000 of the records. 50,000 records at a time. Okay. Using these tools, data import and export wizard. Like a final capacity is 50,000 records per transaction. In a single transaction, you could insert, you could update, you could insert, you could update, rather you could import या फिर export, जो भी आपको बोलना है इसको. You can perform the operation on up to 50,000 records by using data import and export wizard. If the capacity goes beyond that, ठीक है, आपको इससे आगे जाना है. इससे आगे, you have more than that records. If you have more than that, then you have a tool called as data loader. But data loader is an on-premise tool. That means you first required to install that. This is the data loader. I'm going to take this topic, don't worry. After, at the end of this, after security has been completed, sharing security, you have this topic in the admin itself, topic called as data management. Within the data management, I'm going to introduce you with the data import, export, and this data loader. So this is the only, so far, this is the only on-premise tool that we need to install on our computer. Apart from this, the entire Salesforce is like, cloud. Entire Salesforce is a cloud-based solution. This is the only tool that is actually a Salesforce sponsored on-premise tool. So you need to install data loader first of all on your device. What you can perform with this? You can perform insert, update, upsert, delete, hard delete, export, import, everything. So you can perform, you can perform these many operations with the data loaders. So data loader is what? It's an on-premise tool. It's an on-premise tool. So how much data we could, manage with the data loaders? We can manage up to 5 millions of the record. We can manage up to 5 millions of the record. 5 million. 5 million, if you probably know, 1 million is 10 lakh. 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 5 million is 50 lakhs of the records. 50 lakhs of the record. In a single transaction, you could perform that much of the operation. Data loader का इतना capacity होता है. But if you wanted to go beyond that, आपको उससे भी ज़्यादा data चाहिए. एक ही बार में आप process करना चाहते हैं, है ना? In a single, you wanted to perform more than that. Then there's a programming called as batch programming. It's a part of development. ये मैं पढ़ाऊंगा development अगर आप जाएंगे तो. So there is something called as batch programming, asynchronous programming. Asynchronous programming, there are so many things that you are going to. There's a topic. This is one of the topic of the development called as asynchronous programming. Now within asynchronous programming, you are going to learn about something called as batch programming. उसके बाद में schedulable programming, schedulable apex, queuable programming, queuable apex. Then you are going to learn about flex queues, apex queues. Okay, so you are going to learn 3 to 5 things in that. So one of the component of asynchronous programming is batch programming. So batch programming, with the help of this programming, you could even go beyond the capacity of data loader, that you could perform every insert, update, delete, whatever you wanted to perform. You could perform it on the 50 millions of the record. 50 millions. 50 millions of the record. 50 millions is approximately 5 crore. I don't know what is the spelling of crore. Probably whatever it is, I simply don't know. Crore, probably this is the spelling of crore. 5 crores of the record, or someone has pinged me. Crores, yes. Thank you so much, yes. Even the few things I also don't know. Okay, this is the spelling of crores. Thank you, yes. Yeah, so this much is the capacity, So there's one more thing called as Informatica Cloud, but that certainly, doesn't belongs to Salesforce actually. That certainly doesn't belong to Salesforce. Informatica Cloud is one of the data migration solution, a cloud-based data migration solution, but it's a different technology. But it is something which is closely tied up with the Salesforce. So it is something which is actually, with Informatica Cloud also. With Informatica Cloud also, we can migrate a huge amount of data from one end to another end. But let me tell you, whenever we do in the Salesforce, the better solution is to go with data loaders, because I personally I personally have this tested. Why? Because there was a project, we were working on one of the project. Let me try to get that. CNS. Yeah, this was CNS. So it was actually one of the project. Let me show you something where we were migrating a few things from another instance to the Salesforce. It was simply a migration project. I told you many times, these are the times where actually projects are being migrating from some other kind of technology to the Salesforce technology. So their project was actually on the .NET. We were actually migrating that project from .NET to the Salesforce, and there are a few more technologies that were there. Now these guys were having a huge amount of data. These guys were actually having a huge amount of data. So we initially started, the team, our .NET team initially started with the Informatica Cloud, but then it was taking lots of the time. It was taking lots of the time for the migration. And once, we wanted to make certain changes and we wanted to build up some automation, but we were not having the complete data. How could we possibly do that? So step number one, क्या था उस project में कि first migrate the entire data from their end to Salesforce. But they were having huge amount of data, 12 साल 17 साल पुराना data, and huge amount. Informatica Cloud से we started with this. 2 दिन में समझ में आ गया कि Informatica Cloud इतना ज्यादा नहीं कर पाएगा. Then they ask us for that. Do you have any possible solution in the Salesforce? Yes, yeah, we do have that. We have a thing called as data loader, because apart from the programming, they just wanted to have a tool. वैसे तो मैं बैच प्रोग्रामिंग बता सकता था, बट देन दिस इज समथिंग व्हाट वी कुड डिजाइन. और इसके लिए हमें डेटा सेल्सफोर्स के अंदर चाहिए. एक ये चीज है, ये जान लो. एक्सपोर्ट मतलब बाहर से डेटा एंटिटी, आप यू कैन नॉट ब्रिंग द एंटिटी फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. इसके लिए आपको थोड़ा सा डेटा अंदर चाहिए. तो बैच प्रोग्रामिंग ऑफ कोर्स वाज नॉट द सॉल्यूशन. देन वी सजेस्टेड कि वी हैव अ टूल, अ सेल्सफोर्स स्पॉन्सर्ड टूल कॉल्ड एज डेटा लोडर. So data loader is pretty simple tool. We asked them कि data, you can install this data loader into your device, and it's pretty simple tool. If you have the credential of both organization, you just need to see कि आपको कहाँ से export करना है. And data loader is actually, जब हम start करेंगे आपको पढ़ाऊंगा मैं. This is something, it's a Salesforce sponsored tool. That means it is actually being tied up with every Salesforce organization. You just need to, first of all, you need to authenticate yourself. And you need to bring this your Salesforce credential over here. You just require to bring the Salesforce credential. So when you enter this hall, this tool is going to get connected with the organization, and it works for both, for the sandboxes as well as for the production. दोनों के लिए काम करता है. तो we suggested them, and we उन्होंने पूछा कैसे काम करता है. तो फिर मैंने उसका वीडियो बना के उनको बताया कि this is the way. It's pretty simple actually. It's pretty simple to work with the data loader. I already have that video with me. So I think data loader examples. So there was a video I actually have shared with them, these guys. And probably with that, I don't know where that video is. I have going to be here. I think in the 101 probably I'm having that. Somewhere it is यार, अभी मुझे नहीं मिल रहा. But anyways, so आपको भी बताने वाला हूँ मैं. तो with the help of that data loader, then we started up data migration. So we were able to 50 lakh of the record, 5 million record in single transaction. एक दिन में या मुश्किल से 3 दिन का काम, मतलब 3 दिन में we actually have migrated the entire record of that 12 to 17 years. वो जितना भी रिकॉर्ड था वो भी migrated inside the Salesforce में migrate कर लिया हमने. We only require 2 to 3 days for that. Now once we have actual data, हमारे पास actual findings आ गई, then we started working on that. तो उस पर डेवलपमेंट फिर शुरू हुआ. तो whenever this is the requirement, we wanted to migrate, we wanted to update, insert, or everything, whatever, DML operation, insert, update, delete, whatever, and we wanted to perform in the bulk of operation. So what are the things that you have? So you have 4 to 5 different types of things. एक और इसमें बट अभी नहीं बताता आपको, लाइक एसक्यूएल है वो, सॉकेल क्वेरीज लिखना, that is a different story. वो बैच प्रोग्रामिंग जैसा है, that for that you must have data inside the Salesforce code. Then only you could perform the socket part. So these are different ways, these are different ways we could work out on the bulk amount of data. Data import export wizard, data loaders, and the batch programming, and some of the third-party tools like Informatica Cloud. There could be certain other tools also, but I don't. I simply don't know. Only know about the Informatica Cloud because we have worked on that. Actually, we were not working. There's a separate team for that .NET team, those who were actually involved with this. Then they quit. कि उन्होंने कहा कि यार, it's really difficult to handle this cloud. It's a bit complicated or capacity become. They asked us, do you have anything inside the Salesforce? Do you know something? आपको Salesforce में ऐसा कुछ पता है कि जिसके थ्रू हम bulk import export कर सकते हैं? I told them yes, we do have an on-premise tool. Salesforce is sponsored on-premise tool, data loader. Then they told us, okay, tell us how does it works. Then I make a video for that, or probably I shared that. You see, this is the video of data loader. The entire steps to install, how to install, then how to authenticate, and then how to perform the bulk import export operation. And then it all started. And within 3 to 2 days, like we were able to, migrate probably millions of the record we have migrated. It was a huge project. तो ऐसा है, तो whenever see we wanted to work on this bulk amount, you should at least know the name. अभी तो आपको नाम तो भी पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है? अभी आपको नाम तो भी पता होना चाहिए, बाकी उसका जो ऑपरेशन है वो जब जिसका वक्त आएगा वो आप क्लियर कर लो, ठीक है? So if this is your requirement, चलो let's come back to the topic why we're discussing. We are actually trying to convert a lookup relationship into the master. We came to know that between the position and the hiring manager, there's a lookup relationship. There's a lookup relationship over here. And we wanted to convert this relationship. We wanted to convert this relationship into the master detail relationship. So that is why we are taking all these efforts. So as an first point of conversion, we came to know that inside the position, that means position is the child, position is the child of it. See, position is the child. So every record of the position must have a hiring manager. And that is why this is how we started. तो यहाँ पर इस पॉइंट को रेस किया मैंने और आपको एक्सप्लेन करके दिया कि अगर बल्क में करना है तो कैसे करोगे. तो हम लेट्स कम बैक टू द डिस्कशन. Okay, so now we have now every record of the position, you see, every record of the position is now having a parent, having a hiring manager. So this now becomes a little bit easy for me. It's actually easy now. It's become easy that I could convert. If you have done with this, if you have clear with the step number 1, that means for every child record, if you see there is a parent, now you could convert the relationship from lookup to the master. How to do that? Let me show you. So just expand the force.com quick access menu. You have this, you have this view fields, right? You have this view fields. Just click on that. You have the view fields and you go to this relationship section. You go to custom fields and relationship section. There you identify what is your lookup relationship field. So this is my lookup relationship field. It's clearly indicating over here a lookup relationship. What is the name of the field? Hiring manager. Let me go and edit this. I can open and edit. Even I could press this. This one is same thing. I can open and then press the edit button. I can open and then press the edit button. This is also same. This is also same. Or if I do it like this, and I go to the position object and expand and then view fields. Inside the fields, you see that this is section. Go and edit this. It's one and the same thing. It will going to bring you on the same interface, right? So presently, this is actually a lookup relationship. ठीक है, this is a lookup relationship. मैं एक चीज और कर रहा हूँ. I'm going to clear this formula. ये जो फॉर्मूला है कि पोजीशन का लोकेशन हायरिंग मैनेजर के लोकेशन से सेम होना चाहिए, उसको क्लियर कर देता हूँ अभी. जस्ट इन द केस के आगे जो कुछ एग्जांपल सॉल्व करूंगा तो उसके लिए ये फॉर्मूला मैं क्लियर करने वाला हूँ. चलो उसको बाद में करता हूँ, पहले जो एक्चुअल डिस्कशन है. सी देयर इज अ टाइप, देयर इज अ बटन कॉल्ड एज चेंज फील्ड टाइप. ठीक है, चेंज फील्ड टाइप. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दैट. Now presently you see lookup is highlighted कि अभी जो type है वो है lookup. What you wanted to do? Master detail. But before conversion, you must verify that every child must have a parent, because we have verified this. That is why I'm converting it from lookup to the master. Okay. Let me click the next button. Here, here this is the formula. ये formula यहाँ पे भी apply हो रहा है, तो I'm just clearing this formula because आगे चल के मुझे काफी सारा काम है और मैं बार बार ये एक ही जैसा नहीं रख पाऊंगा. I cannot maintain this uniqueness, है ना, तो मैं उसको हटा दे रहा हूँ. आपको सिखाना था इसलिए बताया. अभी उस फॉर्मूले को मैं फिलहाल हटा दे रहा हूँ. I'm clear that formula and then save it. Okay. So now your relationship is actually being converted. है ना, आपकी relationship जो है वो lookup से क्या हो चुकी, master detail हो चुकी. Let's go to the schema builder and try to refresh this. Now you see the relationship type. You know, the relationship type has been converted. देख लो. Initially it was, lookup. Now this relationship has been converted into master detail relationship. See, ठीक है? ठीक है? This was the thing. So this is how you convert a relationship from lookup to the master. Let's now convert this relationship from master to lookup. So I could see that between position and the candidate, I could now see that there is a master detail relationship. Let's now convert this from master detail to lookup relationship. Okay. So the second type of conversion is from the master detail to lookup. So it's a pretty straightforward kind of thing. There is no such complications over here. यहाँ lookup से master detail लाने पे तो भी देखना पड़ता है कि child must be have a parent. Up master detail, this is presently, you see, this is a master detail relationship. This is a master detail relationship. And if you wanted to convert into lookup relationship, it's pretty simple job. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं देखना पड़ता. Let me show you that. So between what? Between position of, yeah. So between position and the candidate is a master. So who is the child? Candidate is the child. So let's go to the candidate, because if I at all wanted to see the relationship fields are always present on the child object. That is why पहले मैं position पे गया, because hiring manager position में child कौन था? Position और candidate में child कौन है? Candidate. And here I am trying to see view fields. Here I am trying to locate the relationship field. You know that the relationship fields, the relationship fields are always present on the child side, child object. So let me now go to this, open this position, and let's make the editing whatever we want. Just click on the edit button. Change the field type. From master detail, let's convert it to lookup. Click the next button. Do we have any formula? No. Click the next button. Okay. Then next, and save it. So now we converted this. We now converted this from master detail to lookup relationship. Okay. Let's come to here. Presently, it's indicating master detail. Let me now refresh this. Let's refresh this, and you see the relationship has been converted. Now you could see that the relationship is now converted from lookup to the master detail. Sorry, from the master detail to lookup relationship. Understood the concept? This is how we convert actually a relationship type from one to another. This is how we convert it from the lookup to the master and from the master to the lookup. Okay, let me take a very small thing. One more topic today. I will convert this, and by tomorrow we are going to start with the roll-up summary. But let me finish with a small thing. See, let's talk about a few of the standard objects with their relationship and with their additional behavior. And it's really important to know this. And no one is bothered to tell you this all in the training. It's something I have identified when I was working with the project. This is something which is a real-time sort of experience. So this is really important to discuss that. Don't think like this is something additional what I'm telling you and it's of no use. No. This is something which is essentially important. This is very important to understand some of the relationship and their behaviors. So between account and contact, account and cases, account and opportunity. These are the three standard relationships, and I'll show you that on the canvas. So let me, clear everything. Let me bring account, and the first thing is contact. So let me bring these two objects, account and the contact. And let me now show you this. See, you see between account and contact, there's a lookup relationship. right? Between account and contact, there is a lookup relationship. Confirm. Now, between account and the cases, let me first show you. Then I'm going to discuss what I wanted to discuss. Between account and cases, again, you could say this is case child object. Account is the parent object. Everywhere account is the parent. Okay. There's a lookup relationship from the case to account. You see that. Let me bring the opportunity over here first of all. Opportunity. So now here also you see that, between account and opportunity, there's a lookup relationship. Again, the account is parent, opportunity is the child. So it's a lookup relationship from opportunity to the account, right? So now it's confirmed that everywhere in the account and contact, account and cases, and account and opportunity, there is a lookup relationship. First of all, there is a lookup relationship between account, contact, cases, and opportunity. Now, everywhere your account is the parent object, contact is the child, case is the child, opportunity is the child. Fine. But everywhere, who is the parent? Account is the parent. Okay, fine. Now, you know about this. If probably you have created the relationship differences, what I have told you to do. अगर आपने बना रखे हैं relationship differences, if you know, है ना, आपने lookup relationship या master detail relationship को मैंने जो कहा था कि differences create करने हैं आपको, if you have created those differences, तो फिर ये जो मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ ये clear रहेगा आपको, ठीक है? चलो देखो यार. So between account and contact, what kind of relationship? What kind of standard relationship? It's a lookup relationship. But see, in the lookup relationship, what we know is that if we know is that okay, if we remove like parent, in the lookup relationship, if you remove the parent, there is no such thing called as cascade delete. That means if you delete the parent, only the parent is deleted. Your child is not deleted. Lookup relationship में ऐसा ही होता है. Master detail में ऐसा नहीं होता है. मास्टर डिटेल में आप चाइल्ड डिलीट, पेरेंट डिलीट कर दो, चाइल्ड भी डिलीट हो जाता है. मैंने बताया भी आपको ये चीज. बट इन द लुकअप रिलेशनशिप का ये पॉइंट देखो आप कि upon removing the parent record, only the parent record is removed, but all the associated child will be there inside the database. Associated जो भी child है उनको कुछ भी नहीं होता, right? वैसे तो ये है lookup relationship का default behavior. This is the default behavior of a lookup relationship. अब अकाउंट एंड कॉन्टैक्ट के बीच में भी कौन सी रिलेशनशिप है? देयर इज अ लुकअप रिलेशनशिप. देयर इज अ लुकअप रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड कॉन्टैक्ट, और मैंने आपको दिखाया भी, राइट? बट व्हाट रियली हैपेंस ओवर हियर इज दैट बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड कॉन्टैक्ट, बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड कॉन्टैक्ट वैसे तो लुकअप रिलेशनशिप है, स्टिल एडिशनल बिहेवियर आप पढ़ रहे हो. क्या एडिशनल बिहेवियर है कि इफ यू रिमूव द अकाउंट, if you remove any such account which was having the contact, if you remove the account in a parent, then the all associated contacts record in a child will also get removed, जो कि मास्टर डिटेल का बिहेवियर है. वैसे रिलेशनशिप कौन सी यहाँ पे? लुकअप. लेकिन ये बिहेवियर कैसा है? मास्टर डिटेल का. और ये सिर्फ ये 3 रिलेशनशिप में ही पढ़ना है, इसके अलावा कहीं नहीं है, बिकॉज दीज आर सम स्टैंडर्ड रिलेशनशिप विद सम स्टैंडर्ड बिहेवियर्स. वही पढ़ना है हमको, वही पढ़ना है हमको, ठीक है? चलो, let me now show you that कि वैसे तो lookup relationship में ऐसा होता है कि if I go to the account, try with all accounts, let's open any of the account, probably we have this, or let me rather create a new account. Merck Corporation, type is prospect, industry, banking, chemicals, annual revenue is 10 lakh, rating is hot, phone number value, fax number value, website, ownership, private, ठीक है? Customer priority high, active status yes. And with this all detail, let me now save this record. Okay, so I created one of the record. The name is Merck Corporation. Let me now show you that record. Okay, we already have this record. Let me delete one of them. Now I have a record called as Merck Corporation, and we see there's no such contact for this record. There's no such contact which is associated with this. So let me create a new contact. Okay, the first name is Merck second name is contact, ठीक है, मर्क कॉन्टैक्ट ऐसा कुछ तो भी, and then lead source is web. With these basic details, let me now save this record. Okay, so this is my contact record, which is associated with what? Merck Incorporation. तो ये है मेरा Merck Incorporation का account record. देखो, this is one of the account record. And now I could see for this account, for this account Merck Incorporation, for this account Merck Incorporation, now we have an associated contact. We have an associated contact. Okay. If I at all wanted to see this, let me go to this contact object. From here, so ज़्यादा चाहिए रहेगा. Let me go to the contact object, click on the all contacts. Go with the Merck contact. See, contact Merck. ठीक है, ये है वो contact object में ये है वो contact record which is associated with this account record. तो अब between account and contact, what sort of relationship is there? Lookup relationship. अब लुकअप का डिफॉल्ट बिहेवियर तो ये है कि अगर आप पेरेंट को डिलीट करते हो तो सिर्फ पेरेंट ही डिलीट होता है, ये डिफॉल्ट बिहेवियर है और यही बिहेवियर को ओवरराइड किया हुआ है. दिस इज समथिंग, यही वो बिहेवियर है जिसको ओवरराइड किया है. एंड देन वी एक्चुअली यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होता है. दिस इज these two are the standard object and the relationship is also standard because we haven't created that. वो पहले से रिलेटेड है, हमने नहीं क्रिएट किया, तो this relationship is also one of the standard relationship. बट द डिफॉल्ट बिहेवियर जो है वहां पे इसको ओवरराइड किया है कि यहाँ पर अगर यहाँ पर ऐसा होता है कि इफ यू डिलीट द पेरेंट, चाइल्ड इज आल्सो गोइंग टू गेट डिलीटेड. लेट मी नाउ शो दैट. बिफोर दैट रिसाइकल बिन पे एक जो पुराना रिकॉर्ड पड़ा है उसको मैं निकाल देता हूँ बिकॉज कंफ्यूज हो जाऊंगा फिर. यस, नाउ सो लेट मी नाउ गो टू दिस मर्क इनकॉर्पोरेशन रिकॉर्ड. देखिए ये रिकॉर्ड है, उसको मैं डिलीट कर देता हूँ. नाउ आई डिलीटेड दिस. ठीक है, मैंने डिलीट कर दिया. किसको डिलीट किया मैंने? अकाउंट रिकॉर्ड. कौन सा अकाउंट? मर्क इनकॉर्पोरेशन. नाउ इफ आई गो टू दिस कॉन्टैक्ट जो कि इसके साथ एसोसिएटेड था, एंड लेट मी ट्राई टू रिफ्रेश दिस एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंस. गॉन. सी, गॉन. नाउ वी डोंट हैव दैट कॉन्टैक्ट विद अस. So if you delete the account, the related contacts are also going to be deleted. Actually, this is not a behavior of lookup relationship. It's a behavior of master detail. But yes, this behavior of lookup has been overridden with this additional behavior. What is this additional behavior? Okay, if you delete the account, all the associated contacts are also going to get deleted. So what happens if I restore that? What happens if you restore? Just make it click and undelete this. So what's happened when you restore that? Now, if I go to the account and now have this Merck Incorporation, see, if you have this Merck Incorporation, you also have this contact. You also have this contact. Let me refresh this once again. See, contact also has been restored. तो आप उसको डिलीट करोगे तो ये भी डिलीट होगा, आप उसको रिस्टोर करोगे तो ये भी रिस्टोर हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So this was the additional behavior what we have seen between the account and contact. Let me come with account and case. What is the additional behavior? The additional behavior here is that if you have any account record and if for those account, if there is any case associated to that, then if you try to delete this account, you won't be able to. अगर ऐसा कोई account record है जिसके साथ कोई तो भी cases associated है, तो आप उस account record को delete नहीं कर सकते. Upon removing the account record, if you are trying to remove account record, if that account record is associated with any of the case, कि अगर उस अकाउंट के साथ कोई तो भी केस एसोसिएटेड है तो आप उसको रिमूव नहीं कर सकते. ये बिल्कुल ऐसा है कि अगर किसी पे कोई एफआईआर चली है, ही कैन नॉट लीव द कंट्री, वो उसका पासपोर्ट जब्त हो जाता है ना, ही कैन नॉट लीव द कंट्री बिकॉज उसके ऊपर कुछ तो भी एक मुकदमा चालू है. ये बिल्कुल वैसी बात है कि अगर उस पर कोई केस है अकाउंट के ऊपर, एंड ही कैन नॉट लीव द कंट्री, ही कैन नॉट गो टू रिसाइकल बिन, नहीं डाल सकता. लेट मी नाउ शो यू दैट आल्सो. दिस इज एन अकाउंट रिकॉर्ड कॉल्ड एज मर्क इनकॉर्पोरेशन. व्हाट द मर्क, अभी तो केस नहीं है. लेट मी क्रिएट अ न्यू केस फॉर दैट. ठीक है, लेट मी क्रिएट अ न्यू केस फॉर दैट. Status is new, priority is medium. Let me give some description over here. Device failure. Let me give the copy the description also. Subject and the description. Okay, and then save it. So one new case record has been created. Case origin, phone. Now save it. See, one new case has been created. This is the case number. for the account called as Merck Corporation. Okay, so now let me go to the account record. Let's go to the account record. Let's open the Merck Corporation. I could now see that Merck Corporation, this is the record of Merck Corporation. It's now having one of the case associated to it, right? Let me now try to delete this record. अब मैं इसको delete करने की कोशिश करता हूँ and see what happens. Deletion problems. You are attempting to delete Merck Corporation. Your attempt to delete Merck Corporation couldn't be completed. Why? Because it is associated with following cases. It is associated with the following cases. ठीक है, तो ये केस क्या साथ में, ये है वो केस जो उसके साथ एसोसिएटेड है, इसलिए आप उसको डिलीट नहीं कर सकते, आप उसको डिलीट नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है, अनलेस एंड अनटिल इट इज एसोसिएटेड विद द केस, ये केस के साथ वो जुड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है। सो आई कैन डू टू थिंग्स ओवर हियर, मैं या तो केस को क्लोज कर दूं, ठीक है, केस को या तो मैं क्लोज कर दूं, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पे ऑप्शन नहीं रहता उसका, बिकॉज अनलेस एंड अनटिल इस पे मैं एक असाइनमेंट रूल्स होता है, असाइनमेंट रूल के थ्रू मैं इसको क्लोज कर दूं, जब तक ये असाइन नहीं होगा किसी को तब तक ये क्लोज नहीं होगा, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे इफ यू ट्राई टू सी दिस ऑप्शन, या फिर मैं एसक्यूएल क्वेरी फायर करके क्लोज कर सकता हूँ, तो फिलहाल वो तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, आई कैन नॉट डू दैट, ठीक है, आई कैन नॉट डू दैट। तो दूसरा ऑप्शन ये है कि द सेकंड ऑप्शन व्हाट यू कुड डू ओवर हियर इज दैट, अभी जो कर सकते हो, फिलहाल इस केस को मैं डिलीट कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं अभी इसको क्लोज नहीं कर पाऊंगा, एक्सकल अपना असाइनमेंट रूल्स आपने पढ़े नहीं। तो नाउ देयर इज नो सच केस विद दिस पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट रिकॉर्ड, मैंने डिलीट कर दिया उसको, ठीक है। अब अगर मैं चाहूँ ना, इफ आई ट्राई दिस, अभी केसेस नहीं है इसके साथ में ना, इफ यू ट्राई दिस नाउ यू कुड डिलीट द रिकॉर्ड, आप अब डिलीट कर सकते हो, देखो डिलीट हो गया। बट इफ इट इज एसोसिएटेड विद द केसेस, यू नो, इफ इट इज एसोसिएटेड विद द केसेस, इफ देयर इज अ केस फॉर अकाउंट रिकॉर्ड डिलीट नहीं होता कभी, याद रखो, ठीक है, ये चीज था। तो दिस वाज वन ऑफ द एडिशनल बिहेवियर बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड केस। लेट्स कम टू अकाउंट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी। अकाउंट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी में दो चीजें हैं, पहला कैस्केड डिलीशन, कि अगर अकाउंट डिलीट करोगे तो जैसा कॉन्टैक्ट डिलीट होता है वैसे अपॉर्चुनिटी भी डिलीट हो जाता है। और दूसरी और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज कि बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी वी कुड क्रिएट अ रोल ऑफ समरी। इस पर मैं थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन करता हूँ आपके साथ में, पहले मैं आपको ये पॉसिबिलिटी दिखा देता हूँ कि वैसे तो अभी देखो मर्क इनकॉर्पोरेशन के साथ देयर इज नो एसोसिएटेड अपॉर्चुनिटी। लेट मी क्रिएट अ न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर दिस, अपॉर्चुनिटी नेम इज से बॉबी जे विलियम्स, ठीक है, क्लोज डेट इज लाइक stage is prospecting, any more thing, type existing customer, lead source, web. I will not save this. So I have one of the opportunity record which is associated with this Merck Corporation, ठीक है, चलो ये create कर लिया मैंने। Now I could see that for the account details in the account Merck Corporation, I have one of the contact, one of the opportunity also, ठीक है, I have one of the opportunity. And this is the opportunity record which I have below. This is the opportunity record. This is the opportunity Bobby J. Williams. If I try to go with all opportunities, you know, if I try to go with all opportunities, I could see the name of Bobby J. Williams, which is associated with this account record, right? Let me now delete this account. Merck Corporation, I deleted. I deleted this record. What happens to opportunity? Refresh, Bobby J. Williams has been gone. 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 So this is what, and this is what. So when you delete an account, let me now summarize this. If you delete an account, the related opportunity and the case is going to get deleted. And if you restore, it will come back once again. So this is of the additional behavior, what we see between account and a contact of an opportunity, cascade deletion. Okay, and between account and cases, I could see that if account is having some of the case that are associated with this account, you cannot delete this, you know, unless and until the case has been closed or it's being deleted. If the account is associated with the case, we cannot remove that account. Now, final thing, roll-up summary. We have learned this. I mean, I'll start kar raha hu main, but yeah, roll-up summary field cannot be created on the lookup relationship. It is something which we हमने पढ़ा है, एटलीस्ट अभी हम पढ़ने वाले इसको क्या होता है roll-up summary, that we are going to learn it by tomorrow. But yeah, In case of the master detail relationship, roll-up summary fields can be created. So roll-up summary is something at least we know. Okay, this is something कुछ तो भी है that could only be created on the master detail. That could only be created on the master detail, but between account and opportunity, there is a lookup relationship. There is a lookup relationship between account and opportunity. Yet, this is the only. Let me make it very straightforward and cut it to short. This is the only lookup relationship in the entire Salesforce ecosystem, in the entire Salesforce object, what you are learning. This is the only lookup relationship between account and opportunity where you could create roll-up summary. This is the only lookup. This is the only lookup relationship where you could create a roll-up summary. Apart from this, between account and opportunity को छोड़कर, apart from this, चाहे आप कहीं पर भी try कर लो, you have to create it on the master detail only. If the relationship is master detail, then only you could create a roll-up summary, not now. Roll-up summaries are always created on the master detail. लुकअप में कहीं पर भी क्रिएट नहीं हो सकती सिवाय एक रिलेशनशिप की, और वो है अकाउंट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी. सो बिटवीन अकाउंट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी इज द ओनली रिलेशनशिप, लुकअप रिलेशनशिप, जहां पर आप क्रिएट कर सकते हो रोल-अप समरी. इसके अलावा आप कहीं नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते. ठीक है, चलो. So this is something which was essentially important to know. Okay, so that is why I've taken this topic. Now by tomorrow I'm going to start with the roll-up summary fields. Let me first stop the recording.